soft. A lot of times dealing with all kinds of diseases. Is the old able to survive? Are there enough structures to support the vulnerable in society, the elderly in society? Because don't forget, if we are going to live like this, in this current circumstance, the last time when we did the analysis, let's say you finish school and you are lucky, Abna, you got a job at the age of 25. Maybe a job that you can manage with at the age of 25. Say at the age of 25, you are taking 2K. In this current economy, 2K, imagine. 2K, out of the 2K, you'll have to think about rent. Out of the 2K, you'll have to think about bills, food, transportation. I'm not too sure out of the 2K you can procure a vehicle unless you save for a very long time or you take a loan against your salary. And I don't know which bank will give you a loan for them to be deducting out of your 2K salary every month to procure a vehicle. Because nowadays, even second-hand vehicle will not cost you less than 80,000. Even the VITs. As for the Sonatas and the other ones, they are quite expensive. So let's assume you rely on public transportation. Your 2K will be taking care of all of those. And this is the lucky one too. To finish school at the age of 25 and get a job is not easy like that.
Miraculous.
Yes, it's very, very difficult. So when you get the job, and to even receive 2K in your first job, hey Ghana, you've started job now, 2K. It's not easy like that. But we are hoping that your situation will be like that. You will be that lucky to be receiving 2K or more than 2K. So let's assume you start life at the age of 25 receiving 2K. Yeah. The 2K will determine your pension. And don't forget, the last time we did the analysis, we were told by SNIT that close to 60% of pensioners who are now on pension, close to 60% of people who are in active service are receiving 1,000 cedis or less as salary. And they say per their calculation, that would determine the kind of pension you will get when you go on retirement. You understand? So a lot of us, based on SNIT data, are taking 1,000 or less. But we this morning, we are being generous to say that you start life taking 2,000 cedis as a monthly salary. That will be used to calculate your pension. The SNIT one. As for the other ones that you can do, optional, I'm not too sure, but maybe there are some people who rely on other forms of pension. So how much would you contribute to SNIT, for instance? Because the SNIT will work out 17.5% out of whatever you're taking. Okay, and they will distribute it. The first year and the second year. So if you are taking 2,000, 17% out of 2,000 is what? Now the other thing that we need to talk about is that salary.
So after SNIT, the 17.5% on 2,000, your take home is 1,600.
So you'll be left with 1,600. So out of the 1,600, you need to think about rent, because you need to deduct something for rent. You need to deduct something for food. You need to deduct something for utilities. You need to deduct something for transportation. You need to deduct something for health when there's an health emergency. Sometimes your family, because if your family members have been able to sponsor you through school, they will be expecting you to also pay back. As a young person who have found a job at the age of 25, you'll have to take care of your dad and mom. And don't forget, in this country, by the time we marry, by the time you're 25, most likely your dad should be around 55 or 60. You understand?
Oh, for this conversation favors the men more than the women.
You understand? So the question is, if you're living by this salary at this rate, how can you prepare for pension with this salary that you take? Let's even assume by the time you reach 60, you'll be taking 5,000. Imagine in this economy, you're taking 5,000. How much can you at all save? How much will go into building, for instance? How much will go into taking care of your kids in school? Look at the last time someone was complaining that now even government schools, is very expensive because the books that you're supposed to buy are very, very exorbitant in nature. You understand? The issues to do with transportation, even uniforms, some of them are charging fees for uniforms. Now, a lot of us, if we finish university, will not be willing to send our kids to Saito, what we call the government schools. So they'll have to go to private school. Let's assume a term, the private school is charging you 2K, which is very, very cheap nowadays. That means some coin chain private school. You understand? They're taking you 2K. You'll have to also commit something to that. So you have responsibilities on your family. You have responsibilities on yourself, which then will mean that it will limit the amount that you will save in your preparation for pension, which then means that the quality of life you will live after pension will be affected, which then means that if you're weak and vulnerable, and let's say you married at the age of 30 and you are on pension, it means that by then your child is 30, your eldest child is 30. And in Ghana today, you can be 30 and still you will be unemployed.
I tell you.
So it means that you know that you are hitting 60. Is either your child will be dependent on betting, or why are you laughing?
DM for price.
Or be dependent on some other things to survive. So it means that he cannot really properly, because you see in Ghana, a lot of our pension plan depend on our kids. Like I'm taking good care of my kids so that when I'm weak, they also take care of me.
Take care of me.
But this is where we find ourselves in a circumstance where people can be 30, 35, 40, and they still don't know exactly which direction they are taking in life.
I tell you.
So the question is, for that person who, and you too, you've invested so much in taking care of the child. So it affected your savings and your pension plan. And now you're weak, you can't go to work. And the child has even not gotten employment yet to even take care of you. And your pension too is very low. And you can't work anymore. So that is why you see a lot, and I'm sure you've seen them, a lot of very fragile elderly people still trying to work. If you go to the banks, you will see them. People who have served in the services or in public service. You can see this man is very weak. He needs to rest, but he can't rest. Because if he rests, he will not have food on the table. So it's a very, very important conversation. So maybe you think you are 30 today, so this conversation it's not your conversation. But don't forget, in the next 30 years, just 3 decades, you'll be 60. And you'll be thinking about pension. Are you prepared?
Alpha.
Can we be prepared for pension in Ghana today?
Alpha.